Welcome back, it's me, Streaky again. Today I've had some comments asking me how to get an 808 really popping in a mix. So I'm going to show you the exact technique that you need to do to really get your drum sounding good. Now also at the end of this, make sure you watch right to the end because there's an extra bonus tip that's going to really pull your tracks out and make your mixing sound superb. So watch till the end. Now if you are watching this and you watch all my videos and you look below and you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor and subscribe right now because it will really help me out, and I know that 50% of you that watch this aren't subscribers, so please hit the subscribe button now. Okay, enough from me, let's get stuck in. Okay, so here we are inside of Pro Tools. I'm going to show you how to get your 808s totally banging in your drums. Now let me play you, what I've got here is a separated loop. So let me play you what it is and then you can hear how I mess around with it to get it working so it sounds insane. Okay, here you go. So you can hear it's sort of a little bit wimpish, sounds quite nice, but not too great. So let's listen to the 808 in solo, and then let's get this sounding a little bit better first of all. Now, when you've got an 808, what you've got to think is this is dealing with the subs, obviously, and it's going against the kick. So we don't want it to influence the kick too much because there are frequencies that are happening in the same area as the kick. So what we want to do is make this pop out of the speakers a bit more. In my studio it's fine because I can hear super low, but on car speakers and on earbuds or whatever, you need the 808 to still come through. So the best way to do this is to shape it first of all. So let's get a shape going. What I'm going to use for this straight away is a bit of saturation. Now this is Softtube's saturating plugin. It is free, so if you want to get it, go to Softtubes and get it for free. But there are obviously loads and loads of other saturators you can get. But this one, this is how you get this one going. So let's just press play. I'll play around with it and then you can see what I'm doing. So you can hear there's a nice bit of distortion going on there. So that's what we want. We just want to like bring out some of the sort of resonant frequencies from the top end of the 808. I don't want it to distort too much. Like if you hear there, it's kind of a little bit too edgy. I still want to get the essence of the 808. So you can just hear it's bringing out those sort of top frequencies a bit more. If you're listening on headphones, you'll really be able to hear the difference of what it's doing. A little bit of crunch. It's a bit too much. Okay, that's a nice bit of distortion going on there. So that's the saturator first of all. Now what we want to do, it's really nice to get a Pultec plugin and really give it some energy in the lows. So boost it at the 60 Hertz frequency range with a Pultec EQ. There's plenty of these around. This is just a passive Pultec. There's loads of different styles. This is UAD's one, but there are loads of others you can get hold of. So grab yourself one of these and then pump up the low end. So you can also bring up the high frequency a tad too. I'm obviously going pretty broad with this, so it's grabbing some of that higher stuff. So you can hear that's really starting to pop through now. I think that saturation's probably a little bit too much. Yeah, a little bit less distorted. So that's sounding good. So you can hear they're really cutting through those top ones. If I just shut that off, you can hear that's now starting to boom through. Okay, so what we want to do is, next up, we are wanting to sidechain a dynamic EQ against the kick, because what we want to do is make some space for the kick. So you can see here where the kick's happening. We want to duck the sub at this point so it leaves some space for the kick. So let's listen to how it sounds at the moment with the kick in place. You can hear that they're kind of getting a bit messed up together, aren't they? So what we want to do is open up. I'm using the Pro Q3. There's plenty of other dynamic EQs out there that will sidechain. So I'm going to use a send on the kick channel, and I'm going to send this to bus 1 and 2. So then I'm going to go into the Pro Q and use the key trigger here of bus 1. So basically what that's doing is I'm just having a send, this one here, and it's sending it directly into the trigger on the Q3. So when this goes into dynamic mode, which I have this frequency here in dynamic, the kick will just be ducking this frequency every time it comes in. And so that means this, because this is on the sub channel, so then the sub will duck in that position when it comes in. But what I'm doing, I'm also adding a little touch below as well. This is like 20 hertz, so it's just sort of so we don't lose too much of this lower frequency, because we still want this to be fairly subby, so we don't want to lose too much of that, but we want it just to duck out the way of the kick. So let's see how that sounds and how that works. So on the Pro Q, which is a lovely feature, is it will show you the side chain. If you've got it on Analyzer here, you'll see the side chain, and then you can actually just then move that around to where you can see the side chain actually kicking in. So we can see it's there, look, you can see it's sort of already. And we want to take that down quite a bit, but you can hear that's really working well. So if we just take the plugins off. So you can hear that's given it some really good separation between the kick and the snare. So now let's listen to all the drums together so we can hear exactly how that all fits together. And then let's listen to it how it was previously. So there you go, that's given us loads of space to the 808 and the kick at the same time, so the kick is really getting poked through. Now, as a little bonus tip, what I do here at the end then is I've got them all going through into a drum bus, so they're all playing into buses 3 and 4, which is then going into here, which is on an input 3 and 4. So what we want to do now is just glue all of the drums together so they all sort of sound as one. So classic kind of drum bus compressor, which is ratio 4:1, and it's a sort of SSL style compressor. There is another video which I'll link above, which will show you exactly how to use gluey compression, so check that out, because that's exactly what I'm doing here. And if you're enjoying this video, please do me the favor and press the like button below so that I'll be encouraged to do a lot more of these. And make sure, if you aren't a subscriber and you watch my videos regularly, please make sure you subscribe. So let's listen how this sounds when it's all together. So you can hear that gluey compression really makes a massive difference. So let's listen with all the plugins out. So from having an 808 that's hardly there at all, suddenly everything all sounds together. So don't forget to check out the gluey compressor. That's coming up next. I'll link that at the end. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.